My research over the last 18 years has focused on how do we make people better at what they do. However, in 2008, I realised that we have missed the most important piece of the puzzle. Because the way we live today has fundamentally changed. I'm sure you can relate to the following. You're writing a report, but really you're answering emails. When the phone rings for the 20th time, it's Renee from HR. She has a complaint of bullying against one of your team. You try without success to sort out the issue, when suddenly you realise you're late for a meeting with operations, but you contribute nothing as your thoughts are consumed with the call from HR. In the blink of an eye, you're behind the wheel chauffeuring your kids, all the time answering emails on your phone. At home, you are greeted by a partner who's had a crap day and expects you to magically make it better. You then turn school teacher and help the kids with their homework, all the while trying to access the part of your brain that paid attention in trigonometry. You prepare for the next day. An email pops up from your manager saying he has assigned you an extra project. After mentally fashioning a voodoo doll of him and sticking it full of pins, you open up your MBA course. You know, the one that you enrolled in because you're lacking a challenge in life. You pour yourself into bed. Your partner decides now is the time to discuss issues in your relationship. After resisting the urge to suffocate them with your pillow, you pass out. You wake up drooling. A small child is standing next to you saying, "There's a monster in my room." As you tuck him back in, you hope there is a monster in the room and they kill you now. The alarm clock flashes 4:30 a.m. Only 1 hour and 30 minutes till it all starts again. We can't work any harder. We can't fit any more in. Time management is dead and there's no boundaries between work and home anymore. Our life is spent rapidly transitioning between different roles and environments, each requiring us to be different things to different people. But my research is showing that we're struggling to be this adaptable. So what is the missing piece to performance? It's how we leverage the transitional gap between what we do. I call this gap the third space. The new competitive advantage in business and life is the ability to transition rapidly, to be resilient and get over what you've just been through, and then show up with the right thoughts, emotions, and behavior that gets the most out of what is coming next. All this occurs in the third space. The third space amazingly separated elite athletes from the rest of the pack. You know, there's very little difference between top tennis players in terms of speed, accuracy, and power during the point. Where the elite players differ is what they do in between the points. In the third space, the best players reflect on the previous point and put it behind them. They relax deeply to calm their mind and conserve their energy. Finally, they focus their mind and emotions to be at their best for the next point as they transition into it. It's not what the elite players do during the point that makes them the best, it's what they do in between the point. You know, one of the biggest challenges we face is we have a terrible day at work and we bring that mindset home with us and take it out on our family. In a research project I led with Deakin University, we got people to do 3 very specific behaviours in the third space between work and home. They were called reflect, rest, and reset. After a month of doing this, we saw a whopping 41% improvement in behaviour in the home. You know, improving your relationships is about how you transition between work and home. Even my consulting work with corporations, I found the third space helps salespeople get over a rejection and transition into the next call or appointment with enthusiasm and optimism. Leaders used it to get over a difficult meeting and show up to the next one baggage-free and focused. HR professionals used it to move effectively between a termination and a performance review. It even helped people stick to their diet rather than eating the wrong food when they opened the fridge. You know, it helped me through one of the toughest moments of my life. 20 minutes before I had to go out on stage and present to 5,000 people, my phone rang. Now, I can't clearly remember what happened next, only the sentence that told me my best friend had just died unexpectedly. I was shattered, I was just shattered. And first of all, I couldn't believe it was true, but I glared at my watch and the hands screamed at me that I only had minutes before I would have 5,000 sets of eyes on me. I used the third space to squash the desire to run away and to pull myself together. Stepping out on stage, I was greeted by a sea of faces. And I not only managed to hold it together, it was one of my best presentations. Then I walked off stage, sat in my car, put my head in my hands and just sobbed like a baby. What allowed me to do that presentation under such difficult circumstances was what I did in the third space between getting that phone call and walking out on stage. What my research has shown is that we need to stop focusing on working harder, setting audacious goals, and turning our lives upside down. What I know is that in terms of happiness, balance, and performance, it's not what we do, it's what we do in between what we do that really matters. If you want to be a better partner, better parent, better leader, better employee, it's all waiting for you in the third space.